If you're a free-to-play or a budget player, don't do it. You don't need it.
It's only a game. Why you have to be mad?
I want to discuss the Spooky Festival shop. Spooky Festival shop, Best Buys. Thanks to Calorie Fair for putting together the spreadsheet, okay? Discussing the raw, most efficient things to buy for emeralds. You can find that on the blog, HeroWarsCentral.com. Best Buys for the Spooky Festival shop. Each coin is worth roughly 5,000 emeralds. Each one of these coins, Spooky Festival coins, is worth roughly 5,000 emeralds. Okay, 5,000 emeralds. Now, I got that raw emerald value discussion. It's not always the best thing for everybody. Okay, it's not always the best for everybody. In my opinion, the thing that you should get are the limited time only skins. Okay, the limited time only skins, because we know that Cornelius was available during Spooky Festival. Cornelius skin was available during Spooky Festival 2024, and in, I believe, February during a special sale. Cornelius is potentially useful versus Osh and Maestro. The armor penetration that Cornelius' skin gives Cornelius, some say it does benefit Osh, some say it does not benefit Osh and Maestro in the same conversation. Either way, if you're doing Cornelius, you're leaning into a very luck favored. I say this in quotes because we're not talking about luck, wink. You have to be leaning into that aspect in order to score high with that team. Otherwise, you're better off just playing with Lara or Zhu, that team, right? But we know that the Cornelius skin was not available for basic skin stones year round. We know that. And here it is in the shop again today. If this skin becomes available for regular skin stones when Spooky Festival ends, then we will have learned something new. Me personally, I don't want to take that chance. And the same thing can be said for the Folio, Fafnir, and Augustus skins. Limited time only skins. If you ever plan to level or build those heroes, Augustus, Fafnir, Folio, or Cornelius, probably worth grabbing their skins. Okay, it might be 4 or 5 months. It might be a year before we have access to these skins again. Probably top priority. Probably top priority. If you're a free-to-play or a budget player, don't do it. You don't need it. You will never be at that high level, no matter how efficient you play, no matter how long you play. You will never be at the point where having these skins matters today. Okay? I wouldn't worry about that. What I would do if I were a free-to-play or a budget player, first of all, the highest value item in the shop is the Absolute Artifact Chest. Red artifact items. You're going to need a lot of those. You're going to need a lot of large skinstone chests. Okay. You're going to need a lot of chaos particles. Okay. A lot of those. You're going to need a lot of items. Okay. Free-to-play players should buy hero items. The Song of the Valkyries, the Key to All Doors, and the Evil Genius Cuirass are the most efficient items to buy. But if you're a free-to-play player and you don't have raid, if you can't raid in the campaign, buying any item is insanely efficient because it will save you literal weeks, if not months, of farming energy. My favorite thing to buy from this shop is the Unity of Extremes. That and Light of Distant Stars, neither one are the most efficient. They're very close second or third, but they take forever to me to build. I like buying those. Especially as a free-to-play player, just buy items that you need. Do not buy pet gems, because they are not charged. You still have to spend chaos particles to charge them. Do not buy the pet gems. Do not buy the pet gems. Do not buy the pet gems. Okay. Chaos particles are pretty good. Ascension materials are random. They're good, but it's random, right? The Hero Soulstone chest, very, very, very low value as far as emeralds. However, if you are a newer player and you're still trying to get a couple of heroes summoned, not everybody is in here. Like, for example, Augustus isn't in here. Cascade, Lyria, Folio, Goose. A lot of those new heroes aren't in here. But a lot of players still need Amira. A lot of players still need Morrigan. A lot of players still need Nebula. A lot of players still need, whatever. Orion, Heidi, right? Astaroth. Not a terrible purchase. Really low efficiency. But for a new player, really, really good buy. Really, really good buy. Because having the hero is obviously superior to not having the hero, right? feel like Chaos Particles are super low value since they don't introduce new pets. Yeah, Brian Lewis, but for newer players or players that are still budget and still trying to level up their pets, it's still a decent value. Chaos Particles are worth 5,250 emeralds. The red artifact chests are worth 5,405 emeralds. Those orange items that I mentioned to you earlier are worth 5,800. The Book of Fates is the highest value item in the shop. The Book of Fate at 6,600 emeralds per coin. Crazy, crazy value there. But, you know, again, it's in the same conversation of Unity Extremes and the Light of Distant Stars, right? Pretty good, but they're slightly more efficient, right?